Hi class, welcome to this video about identifying thirds and sixths. Excuse me, there might be a little bit of background noise, but it should be okay. Alright, I want you to get out a piece of manuscript paper and do the stuff that I'm asking you to do along with this video. And when I ask you to do something, just pause the video, then do it, and then start the video up again to see if you did it correctly. So the first thing is identify this key. If it's a major key, what is this key? And your answer should be F major. Next, I want you to build an F major scale using quarter notes over the first two measures of your piece of manuscript paper. So pause the video, do that, and then check back. Okay, now because we're going to be building triads on this, I want to lower the octave of some of the notes to make them easier to read in treble clef. So I'm going to bring this octave, this note down an octave. So you might want to do that in your paper too. All right, now the next thing I want you to do, diatonic triads in F major, and label them as the chord symbol and the Roman numeral. Okay, pause the video and do that, please. Okay, we're back. That's what you should have written. 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished. Now sing along with it. You should also be able to play that on keyboard. Okay, now, what does this have to do with identifying thirds and sixths? Well, the first two notes of each triad is a third. And the third will correspond to the chord quality of the chord in question. The chord in question is a major chord. That means that's a major third. That means F to A is a major third. The third for this chord, G to B flat, is a minor third. Minor third, major third, major third, minor third on a diminished triad. So that means scale degree 1, 4, and 5 when you build a third on those scale degrees, you will have major thirds, because those are major chords. Scale degree 1, major. Scale degree 4, major. Scale degree 5, major. Scale degrees 2, 3, and 6 are minor. So that means the thirds starting on scale degree 2, 3, and 6 will be minor thirds. Then we have 7 diminished. Well, 7 diminished also has a minor third. A diminished triad begins with a minor third. So that means scale degrees 2, 3, 6, and 7 are minor thirds. Alright, so 1, 4, 5 major, 2, 3, 6, 7 minor. Okay, that means if you look at a third in the key of F and you just identify the lowest scale degree and you've memorized that and you've related it to what you know about major triads, you'll be able to identify the third. So using that method, what's this third? Right, it's a major third. All right, using that method, see if you can identify this third. And hopefully you're correctly identified it as a minor third because it starts on the third scale degree and the 3 chord is minor and therefore it has to have a minor third. All right, I'm going to do a few more, but this time I'm going to use more the abbreviation of how to label intervals. Instead of writing MAJ third or MIN third, I'm going to just, when it's just a number by itself, okay, that means it's major or perfect. We're only doing major and minor intervals right now, but if it were perfect intervals, it would mean perfect. So when I do this interval, what scale degree is that? Yes, it's the 5th scale degree. So when I build a third on that, that means it's going to be a, and I'll do a big, it's going to be a major third because that chord is a major chord. So that's a major third. But instead of writing MAJ3, I'm just going to do a 3. That's all we need to put to indicate that. That tells the story. That means that's a major third. Now if I do this one, what scale degree is that? That's right, it's the 6th scale degree. Therefore if I build a third on that, I get a minor third, right? And so in order to label that, I don't need to write -3. I can just write -3. It's a minor third. This method, you should be able to identify thirds fairly quickly as long as they're in a key. But even if they're not in a key, you can still use this method. For example, we're in the key of F. Identify that interval with major third. Okay? But what if it was this interval? It's non-diatonic, but you know if it was an A natural, if it was in the key, that would be a major third. So you can also tell that now it's been reduced by a half step, so it's a minor third. Correct. Okay, so practice on the next group and then pause, I'll give you some more to practice on and then pause the video and then check your answers. Okay, please label these intervals. Oops, these intervals. Write them on a manuscript paper and then label them. And then pause the video and then start it up again and check your answers. Okay, we're back. Here's your answers. Major third, minor third, and so on. And they all relate to the fundamental chords of the key. That starts on the first scale degree. First scale degree is a major triad. This starts on the fourth scale degree. The fourth scale degree creates a major triad. This starts on the second scale degree. The second scale degree creates a minor triad. Therefore, it's a minor third. Okay, hopefully you're getting the idea now. Okay, now let's go. The next part of the video talks about how you can figure out sixths from these thirds. We're back. We're going to talk about sixths now. Now, the way we figure out sixths is if we know our thirds really well, then we just practice interval inversion. Now, if you watch my other video on interval inversions, you'll know that when a major interval is reversed, when it is inverted rather, it becomes minor. It becomes the opposite. How do we invert an interval? Well, you just simply take one of the notes and change it by an octave. Okay? It's no longer a third. You can clearly see that's a third. It's now a sixth. But how do I know what kind of sixth? Well, if you remember that in interval inversion, major becomes minor and minor becomes major. It was a major third. It's now going to become a minor sixth. All right? So if we relate it back to our triads that we know, that means the third created by this chord, the major third of F to A, when inverted will become not a major third anymore, but a minor sixth. So everything becomes opposite. So F to A, major third, A to F, minor sixth. I've taken away the fifths in the chords, we just have our thirds. So there's our major third. Now we take that F, put it up an octave, we've inverted that third, it's now a sixth. It was a major third, now it's a minor sixth. This is a, what kind of third? Yes, a minor third. And it will become a major sixth. So there it is, I'm going to invert it. And now it's a major sixth. This was a minor third, now it's going to become a major sixth. This was a major third, now it's going to become a minor sixth. So if you know your chord qualities, you can just reverse that. If it was figured out, well, what you do is you reverse it, you put it back to the way it was. You take that top note, you create a third out of it by either bringing this note up an octave or bringing the other note down an octave. I'll bring this up an octave. Now you know it's a third. What's that scale degree? Scale degree 7, that's a minor third. It was a minor third. Now it's a major sixth. Here's another one. Originally a minor third. Change the octave of the lower note. It's now was a minor third, now it's a major sixth. That's the way you do them. Okay, now figure out these sixths. Pause the video and then check your answers. And we're back, and there's your answers.